Hey guys, welcome back, and in today's video, we will be reading Genesis 18. So let's get into it. We are right here, the highlighted column, or sentence. Verse 1, let's go. And the Lord appeared to him by the oaks of Mamre, as he sat at the door of his tent in the heat of the day. He lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, 3 men were standing in front of him. When he saw them, he ran in front of them. When he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them, and bowed himself to the earth, and said, O Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree, while I bring a morsel of bread, that you may refresh yourselves. Since you have come to your servant. So they said, Do as you have said. And Abraham went quickly inside the tent to Sarah and said, Quick, 3 seahs. And real quick, let's just check that. A seah was about a quart, 7.3 liters, by the way, guys. That was just context. But anyways, 3 seahs, or seahs, which is basically 7 quarts or 7.3 liters of fine flour. So like the best flour. Knead it and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd and took a calf, tender and good. Now calves, which is basically a baby bull or a baby cow, is usually a very big delicacy, and it's pretty good. I've had some before, but anyways, guys, so he's giving his best. He's giving the cow. So a nice and tender cow, and he gave it to the young man, who quickly prepared it. Then he took curds and milk and the calf that he had prepared, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree while they ate. They said to him, Where is Sarah, your wife? And he said, She is in the tent. And the Lord said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah, your wife, shall have a son. And Sarah was listening in the tent at the tent door behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in years. The way the woman had ceased to be with Sarah. The way of the woman had ceased to be with Sarah. So Sarah laughed to herself, saying, After I am worn out, and my Lord is old, shall I have pleasure? Now, basically, this is saying, so now she's just kind of chuckling to herself, and she's saying, I am worn out, I'm super old, and shall I have a child? So then the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh and say, Shall I indeed bear a child, now that I am old? Verse 14. By the way, guys, just so you're following along, remember to read along for yourself. Anyways, guys, is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time, I will return to you about this time next year. And Sarah shall have a son. But Sarah denied it, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. He said, No, but you did laugh. Then the men set out from there, and they looked down toward Sodom. And Abraham went with them to set them on their way. The Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I have chosen him, that he may command his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteousness and justice, so that the Lord may bring Abraham what he has promised him." Then the Lord said, "Because the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and their sin is very grave, I will go down to see whether they have done altogether according to their outcry that some has come to me. And if not, I will know." Abraham intercedes for Sodom. So now Abraham's like, oh no, by the way, guys, Sodom and Gomorrah are both cities. And Abraham's like, oh no, I can't have Sodom destroyed. This is extremely bad. Because he felt like, oh no, those are a bunch of people out there. So let's go. So the men turned from there and went to Sodom. But Abraham still stood before the Lord. And Abraham drew near and said, "Will you indeed sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous within the city." This means, suppose 50 people love you and they follow you. Will you sweep them away? Sweep the place and not spare it for the 50 righteous who are in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to put the righteous to death with the wicked, so that the righteous fare as the wicked. Far be that from you. Shall not the judge of all the earth do what is just? And the Lord said, "If I find at Sodom 50 righteous in the city, I will spare the whole place for their sake." And then Abraham said, "Suppose I have undertaken to speak to the Lord. Who am I? I who am but dust and ashes. Suppose 5 for lack. Will you destroy the city for the whole city for lack of 5? And he said, "I will not destroy the city if I find 45 there." Again he spoke to him and said, "Suppose 40 are found there." He said, "For the sake of 40 I will not do it." And then he said, "Oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Suppose 30 are found there." He answered, "I will not do it if I find 30 there." He said, "Behold, I have undertaken to speak to the Lord. Suppose 20 are found there." He answered, "For the sake of 20 I will not destroy it." Then he said, "Oh, let not the Lord be angry." This means, "Oh, please, Lord, don't be angry, and I will speak again, but this once. Suppose 10 are found there. For the sake of 10 I will not destroy it." And the Lord went his way when he had finished speaking to Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. Okay, guys, that was today's video, Genesis 18. Be blessed and have an amazing night. Thank you. Bye.